EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Los Angeles Rams and the Cleveland Browns. To kick us off, here's Justin Rohrwasser. And off we go from Cleveland. Rodgers going to come out throwing. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. A first carry here for Kene Nwangu. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On play action, Rodgers. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to have the Browns first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there. And he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a play fake. Rodgers. That's caught by Myers. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 20-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And this one is right down Broadway. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 27, Mayfield being chased out left. This one complete to Christian. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Here's Mayfield. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mayfield toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. On first down, Kendrick, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really, they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at it.
The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback laying on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Rohrwasser's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. 55 yards. The offense has to love that, because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Uchenna Nwangu
taking it in from the 20.
And the Browns have taken the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll run on 1st down. Kendrick. Oh, good move. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st down, Kendrick. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Now Mayfield. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Mayfield.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Rohrwasser's kick is good.
And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
Rohrwasser made the field goal. Now he handles the kickoff duties. This will be fielded inside the 5.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Moore, the man in motion. On play action. Now Rodgers.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 20.
Throwing is Rodgers. Dumps it off for Spiller. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A gain of 7, and they pick up the 1st.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw pulled in by Robinson here.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. On 1st and 10 is Spiller.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, check 26.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. DJ Moore, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Browns are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing, Mayfield. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Now a handoff up the middle. Kendrick, and some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To throw, Mayfield. This is caught. It's Kirk.
And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Play fake. Mayfield.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
That bumps us up to a 3-possession game here, and only in the second quarter, Charles. They're trying to put this game out of reach before we even hit the locker rooms for intermission.
What's even tougher is making up 3 possessions against a defense that can make impact plays like this. They don't have this game wrapped up quite yet, but 2 picks already, 1 to the house. I think it's fair to say they're headed in the right direction.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, really not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 36. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. Now the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Hey, 88.
To throw is Rodgers. That's complete into the hands of Myers.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Nwangu.
Room here to run. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
49 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Another run now for Nwangu. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Now Rodgers. He's got Hooper on the out route. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Browns. Austin Hooper. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Browns have got it on cruise control. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
On play action, Rodgers. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. DJ Moore, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Browns are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Up the middle they go. Kendrick, and some space here. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Rams are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Point after, right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1.
That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for them.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And this offense on third down today, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. It's caught by Hooper.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 21.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by Jalen Thompson.
The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. He'll buy some time right and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start this season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On second down, Kendrick. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. A first down throw for Mayfield. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Mayfield's throw into the hands of Kirk. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5.
CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Cleveland, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a